Okay, today we're going to talk about how to prepare a photo for putting a grid on it so that we can use the grid transfer process to make a painting. So today we're just editing a picture for size, and then we are going to open it in Google Drawing to put a grid on it. So the way we're going to edit it for size, we're going to use a digital editor called Pixlr.com, Pixlr.com, not comma. Pixlr is a free online service. If you go to Pixlr E at the top, you'll open this. We're going to go to Create New. It's right over here on the left. And you can give it a name. You can do acrylic paint project, something like that, so you know how to find it. And then for the width and height, we're going to enter a specific size. For the width, we're going to use 2400 pixels, and for the height, we're going to use 1800 pixels. This gives you the equivalent of 6 inches by 8 inches. 8 inches would be the 2400 size, and 6 inches would be the 1800 size. If you would like a vertical direction, then you would flip these two so that the height is the bigger number. But any version of 2400 by 1800 should get you the right size, and we'll hit create. Next thing we're going to do is just copy and paste your picture. So if you have it saved, you can open up your picture and right click, or if you're working directly from the web, you can right click. We're going to go to copy image. We go back here, and now I go up to the edit button in the top main menu, and I can select paste, and it pastes my picture in here. You will need to make sure your picture is pretty big. If you don't remember that from online classes or classes about digital editing in Art One, if you are looking up a picture, you go to images, you need to make sure that the pixels are big enough. If you click on a picture at the bottom corner, it'll say the size, and anything 1,000 or over is usually a good size image. Another way is to go to tools and size and do large. And that way, any pictures you're picking up are going to be pretty good size. I would also recommend not only going to the large thumbnail, but clicking on this and going to the actual site to get the full size image. Of course, sometimes that can be tricky because you don't necessarily see it, but now I would copy and paste from here, copy image, right click, copy image. That's how to find a picture online. So you could choose a picture of a fish or a portrait of someone you love or a landscape, whatever you like to paint. I'm going to paint a picture of my house. You can pick any subject you would like, but keep in mind you are going to first draw this onto a 6-inch by 8-inch canvas, and then you're going to fill it in with paint. So you want to be able to have enough detail to make a good painting, but not so much that it's hard to do. So back to Pixlr. I've copied and pasted my picture onto my 2400 by 1800 pixel document, my 6 by 8-inch document. Now I'm going to use those corner boxes, and I'm going to stretch it until it not only fills my document, but goes off of the edges. I want it to go off the edges. So you might need to, if your picture isn't big enough, you might need to pick a bigger picture. There's only so much pictures will stretch. Make sure it goes off so that you are going edge to edge on your 6 to 8 inches. And this should be good. If you have something where you can stretch it even further and zoom in a little bit, you could do that. But try to just keep it easy. I've got my 6 inches by 8 inches. All right, now what I'm going to do is save. It's always good to save. And it already should say the file name, the JPEG. Keep it on high, and we're going to hit the term download. And before I do that, just so you know, Pixlr has a lot of different options. It's not quite Photoshop, but if you wanted to, click on the layer. You'll see the layers over here on the right side. So you've got your background layer and you've got your picture layer. If you would like to change the colors, you can go to Adjustment, and you can change the brightness and the contrast if you would like to. Make it darker, make it lighter. So like if you want to use some interesting colors, You're welcome to play around with this if you would like your color to be a little bit more saturated, if you want to have a purple house, you know, and you want to use your image as a guide, that's okay. You are going to be making a painting of this, so it's not super important, but you're welcome to play around with the different options that are on here. You know, you could just see, and then maybe you want to try to do these effects in Paint. Let's say you've got your picture done, save, we're back to here, download, and you'll see a little download box pop up. It's gonna be ready in a couple seconds. I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna go to my pop-up download, and I'm gonna open my picture. All right, and now what I see is my picture that I've got it in the right dimension, so I'm gonna right-click and copy. Now I'm gonna go to Google Drawing. You guys remember Google Drawing from earlier? Just type in Google Drawings and it'll pull this up. I'm gonna right-click and I'm gonna paste. It's taking a minute, of course, because I'm also making a video and still, yes, there we go. So there's my, my document. Now it is a little bit bigger than 6 by 8 inches. So if you look at the ruler, it should be the right proportions for 6 by 8 inches though. So I'm going to use the ruler along the top and the side to edit that a little bit and pull it in. You can see a little line moving over the ruler. And if I pull it down, I've got 6 inches by 8 inches. All right, so I've got my 6 inch by 8 inch photo. And now I'm going to go up to the top where it says Insert. I'm going to go down to Table, and I'm going to select 6 inches by 8 inches. Actually, I want 8 inches by 6 inches. So mine's a horizontal picture. If yours is the opposite, you would make a grid that is 6 by 8 like that. So it's just a matter of getting the right number of squares. Okay, now you see a grid. See these double blue lines here? If you put your cursor over it, it should turn into a two-sided arrow. We want the two-sided arrow. I'm going to go all the way to the edge. That red line will appear, and I release. I'm going to do that for all 4 sides. I'm going to line it up with my photo. Pull that in. And there. And now I have a 6 inch by 8 inch grid on top of my picture, and I can just use this screen as a reference to transfer my image. So I'm going to go up to Untitled Drawing, and I'm going to say acrylic painting. Call it acrylic grid painting. Whatever it's going to save in your drive. Whatever you want to save it as is fine. But that is how you get your picture prepared. So go ahead and make sure you have this step done. When you have this step done, attach this file to the assignment, and that's it for this step. All right, good luck.